Hola, hola, hola. Ahora sí me escucháis. Vale. Puto BS de los cojones. A ver. Vale, pues voy a empezar otra vez. Hola a todos mis queridos mancos, bienvenidos a una nueva edición del Future Game Show. Bueno, en realidad fue ayer, pero bueno. Este año tocaba la edición Sprint. ¿No se escucha? Si lo he cambiado. Va a estar de yugo. Ahora sí, vale. Pues eso. Que ayer a eso de las 9 de la noche. Buenas, Chacho y Yugo. Y eso, entonces pues ayer hubo un evento en el que sobre todo vimos novedades acerca del shooter cooperativo de Remedy y ese juego extraño survival horror de Bloober Team. Y bueno, pues a lo largo de las 3 horazas casi que dura el evento, pues como no lo puedo hacer, ya os digo, ayer decidí dormir. Había trabajado a la tarde y no estaba cansada y decidí. Aparte que llegué tarde, o sea, llegué a mitad del evento a casa, entonces prefiero hacerlo al día siguiente. Para hacerlo más tranquilo. Así que no me voy a liar mucho más, que esto va para rato. Vale, esto sería. Me decís si se oye o no se oye, si queréis que lo suba o lo que sea. Y bueno, los presentadores, si no recuerdo mal, o sea, el nombre de ella no me acuerdo, pero él es el gran Nolan North, el que pone la voz en la versión original de Jonathan Drake en Uncharted, en los Uncharted, y también tenía un personajillo, no recuerdo cómo se llamaban, de Last of Us, y bueno, pues eso. Y ella, no recuerdo su nombre, pero sé que es Shadowheart, o Corazón Sombrío, en Baldur's Gate 3. Buenas. MKL. Y si lo escucháis, mejor. Ah, y luego también iba a haber novedades sobre uno de los juegos de...
Welcome your hosts of the Future Game Show Spring Showcase, Jennifer English. Nolan North.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Future Game Show Spring Showcase. My name is Jennifer English, though you probably know me best as God's favourite princess and the most interesting girl in the world, aka Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. It's a pleasure to be here in this, how would you describe it?
Ominous.
Auditorium to get you all up to speed with
de hecho, hizo un cameo también en la peli de Uncharted, ¿eh? Para mí lo mejor de la peli.
I won't be braving this journey alone, as I'm joined by a man who needs no introduction.
Thank you, Jennifer, but alas, I'm going to subject you all to one anyway. Yes, it is I, Nolan North, the voice of Nathan Drake, Dr. Richtofen, and a bunch of other guys you've probably spent 30 or so hours with while sitting on your couch. If you haven't heard of me, it's because I recently took the substance, and now there's this British dude called Ben Starr who's running around taking all the jobs I used to get. He even hosted one of these shows. I need to do something about that guy.
Está haciendo coñas con que ahora Ben Starr, el que le dobla a Cliff, del Final 16, está quitando todos los papeles, incluso también el presentar esta edición. O sea, los Future Game Show. Es que Ben Starr es un cachondo.
And there's also going to be some world premieres which will be revealed as we work through today's show.
Me encanta porque aquí son los únicos que han seguido manteniendo los World Premiere.
Speaking of which, we've got one to kick us off, and I'm not one to keep the good people waiting. This is the next project from People Can Fly, the team behind Gears of War and Bulletstorm. Let's get into it, shall we?
Let's.
¡Ah! ¡Puta mierda! Tenía que haber puesto el puto Firefox. De hecho, ¿qué coño? Darme un segundo, que no me voy a meter yo anuncios porque no me da la gana. Lo siento mucho. Darme un segundito. Que esto lo arreglo yo en un momento. Ponemos, le pongo los blogs y hacer puñetas. Vale. Vale. Mierda. Ahora no. Darme un segundo que voy a... Es decir, ¿cuándo están haciendo shooter? Otro de Remedy, sí. Pero el de Remedy es el que ya enseñaron, el Firebreak, que tiene que ver con control y toda la pesca. Yeah. Que esto se ha ido de... Vale, y ahora tengo que cambiar para que veáis. No me deja pillar el Firefox. ¿Qué dices? ¿Me estás vacilando? Gracias. Vale, ahora no os preocupéis que no va a haber problemas de anuncios.
But that's a problem for another time, because over the next 90 minutes, we are laser focused on introducing you to a new generation of great games.
You can expect plenty of gameplay trailers and a series of presentations from some of our industry's brightest developers. And there's also going to be some world premieres which will be revealed as we work through today's show. No harm in a little mystery, don't you think?
Never. Speaking of which, we've got one to kick us off, and I'm not one to keep the good people waiting. This is the next project from People Can Fly, the team behind Gears of War and Bulletstorm. Let's get into it, shall we?
The People Can Fly. Me encantó Raiders, por cierto. Si es igual de bueno. Se la liaron parda los de Square, como siempre. Square siendo Square. Primera persona, curioso. Prácticamente... Hostia, ¿eh? Se nota que no tiene los dineros de Square Enix y demás. Los Rift, vale.
Okay, now we're cooking. That was your first look at Lost Rift, which is coming to Steam Early Access later this year. But you can wishlist it right now and join the Lost Rift Discord for more information. Now, Jen, I feel like you'll have something to say about this next trailer.
Yes, this one is quite special to me. We've got a new trailer for Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and it's all about the character I'm playing in the game, which is now on this giant screen behind me.
Wow.
I cannot wait for you all to hear how her story unfolds, but for now, here's an introduction to your new favorite character
El
in
Obscure
video games ever.
Expedition 33 tiene un casting de la hostia, ¿eh?
Lumia is not my home. Not the way it is for you.
Having second thoughts about the expedition?
Please. I'm more ready to go than you are.
The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your gommage. You don't need to leave yet.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here.
Mal.
The dance begins. En garde. Precise strike.
Este juego llega el día de una Game Pass.
Finesse and grace.
How can you keep going like nothing happened?
24 de abril. No lo pone, pero llega a Game Pass.
Love to see it. That was a closer look at Jen's character, Mael, in Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox on April the 24th, so not long to go now. I do hope you get a chance to check it out, and if you don't, I will crawl through this screen and fight you.
Okay, hard pivot away from the Belle Epoque now, as we've got the next game from the horror maestros behind the award-winning Stasis series. Here's a closer look at Animal Use Protocol.
With trepidation. This place wrong. This place not right.
You say that about every place.
With insistence. Wrong. Smell wrong. Smell bad.
Smells the same to
With
me.
urgency. Move. Now on.
Lleva un Tamagotchi detrás, es maravilloso.
This
With
isn't
growing impatience. Be quiet.
You're sure this is right way.
With indignation, pathfinding, very good. Better than smelly hate. Better than run, run, run. Paralyzed terror. Smelly hate, run. Run, 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 run.
Animal Use Protocol. Es curioso, ¿eh?
Animal Use Protocol is coming soon to PC, so stick it on your wish lists if you want to see more of this Tamagotchi rat companion.
Now, as we learned earlier this year, Capcom's cult classic samurai series Onimusha is making a major comeback.
And thankfully, for those of us who want to catch up, there's a remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny on the horizon.
Here's an inside look from the game's developers with a focus on Hell Mode, a brand new one-hit kill difficulty setting for the masochists among us.
Esto me lo voy a comprar muy fuerte. Los tengo todos. Los 3 primeros.
The name says it's all, really. Hell is an extremely hard difficulty mode. All it takes is one hit from any enemy, and you'll die instantly. It's not for the faint of heart. I haven't been able to complete it myself yet. But some
Es tan
members
difícil
of
que
the
ni
staff
siquiera lo he
have been able
conseguido.
to pull it off.
El está aquí.
So I hope everyone tries it out to see if they can get through it. The original game was the first time I was in
Es el
charge of the
director
direction.
del
So it has a
anterior
special
también,
place
que
in my
conste.
heart, and this remaster brings a lot of tweaks. Apart from the fact that the graphics are now in high definition, we've also included quality of life improvements to make it more fun to play. So if you're new to the series, this is a great time to start,
Hombre, yo empezaría por
especially
el 1.
since the first game is available too. I'd love everyone to experience the world of Onimusha and explore every nook and cranny. So I look forward to your support.
Aunque el Huellos de Suerte tiene muy buena pinta. 23 de mayo, ya se puede preordenar. Y decían que había un pack con los 2 primeros, pero todavía no está en Steam. No sé si estará en Play o en Xbox, pero en Steam no.
Don't miss it. Our next game is Nitrogen Omega, a turn-based tactical RPG, ooh, my favorite, where you control a mech full of mercenaries. Let's take a look.
Me recuerdan a los Tachikomas, Nitrogen Omega. En 2025.
A love letter to shonen anime, Nitrogen Omega is coming soon to PC. And now we've got another interesting game. It's the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
What, they're remaking Baldur's Gate 3 already?
Afraid not.
Final Fantasy 7?
They did that already.
Sí.
Divinity Original Sin 2?
Now you're just naming games you're in. Actually, this is a metafictional puzzle game where you unravel the circumstances surrounding a lost JRPG from the 1990s.
I have literally no idea what you just said, but I am intrigued.
El mejor RPG de la historia. Ya está haciendo el remake de Baldur's Gate 3. Ha sido un
And I'm
chistaco,
Dominic. And we're two members of Coin Drop Games, making the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
Remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time is a faithful recreation of the last hour of everyone's favorite RPG. You know, that one we all know.
You'll start this remake at 99% complete in the middle of the last dungeon, with an inventory just full of healing potions that you're just saving for the next boss.
You somehow aren't remembering the greatest RPG of all time? That's okay. This remake includes the original game's manual, director's commentary,
and the game's director had to translate this part of the game entirely by hand using a Japanese to English dictionary.
and even clips of an unreleased documentary.
I never loved anything that much, and the only way we're going to get that again is by staying exactly faithful to what that original game was.
If you didn't know what the greatest RPG of all time was, I suppose it would turn this into a deduction puzzle game where you'd have to use these bonus features, deductive reasoning, and a little bit of creative thinking to figure out how to complete the last hour of this epic RPG.
Madre mía.
Be for real. Who hasn't heard of...
Se ha bugueado el señor. rompiendo la cuarta pared.
We're still hard at work on this recreation of this all-time classic, but we hope you'll relive a little bit of the magic when we launch the demo for the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time on April 25th, 2025.
Con demo el 25 de abril. Y se puede preordenar ya.
The remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time, yes, that is the title, lands on PC later this year, with a demo launching on April the 25th. Now, I think we've got another world premiere up next.
Yes, we do. This one's an isometric survival game based on a comic by Kyle Starks.
I hate this place.
Well, you can leave whenever you like.
Okay, see. It's actually... Never mind, just roll the trailer.
I get it.
Yeah.
Those monsters only exist in your head, they said. Great material for your art. I actually believed them. Until that night. Feels like I've walked straight into one of my nightmares.
La imitación cómica mola. Y los bichos molan. I hate this place. Vale. Tiene buena pinta.
I Hate This Place is coming later this year, but in the meantime, put it on your wish list.
Now for an update on a puzzle platformer where you tangle with the strings of fate. Here's the release date trailer for Once Upon a Puppet.
¿23 de abril? Steam, Series, Play 5
That
y
was
Switch.
Once Upon a Puppet, which is coming to PC and consoles on April 23rd.
Let's keep things moving with a trailer for a sequel 5 years in the making. Here's the latest transmission from Revenge of the Savage Planet.
The Shamalama's Ding Dong Academy presents the Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program, Extreme Routine. Speed it up, Shelly, to the extreme! The universally renowned Shamalama has a once-in-a-lifetime offer to accelerate your rise to be the galaxy's next top influencer. With our diaper protocol, your lane game gets insane clicks and subs, and you can co-op train with a partner. The Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine has 4 power-packed programs guaranteed to launch your profile to the stars, including crash test dummy. Death is no longer permanent, but remains incredibly painful and hilarious. Ding Dong! You're dead! Selfie Scout. Snag more subs, snapping stunning selfies in our proven primo locale. Sammy say cheese! Product Tester. Blow up your feed testing experimental Grob X on space creatures. You're a freaking animal! STV Cribs. Now you can pimp your crib on the show everybody in the universe binges.
Madre mía.
Complete all 4 tasks and you can keep that sweet chamois lock spacesuit. Guaranteed. Crash test dummy. Clock clicks with your chamois lock gold lame spacesuit. Bedazzle your likes with each side-splitting demise. Selfie Scout. Sammy say cheese! Product Tester. Reporting any burns, crashes, or mutations. SGV crib.
It looks like a bad motel.
You ain't no shabby. Now you a ding dong. Feed it up, Shelly, to the extreme.
Vale.
Well, that was interesting.
PC consoles.
Revenge of the Savage Planet is crash landing on PC and consoles in May. What's next, Nolan?
En mayo, vale.
This is Anaya, Life After Gods, an action platformer where you chart the ruins of an alien civilization.
The gods are dead, but we try to survive in their world.
Anaya, Life After Gods is coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can check out the demo on Steam right now. In fact, you can find all the games from today's show on the Future Game Show Steam page. Just type Future Game Show Steam into your search engine. It's pretty easy. Anyway, Jen, you were telling me earlier about this next one, so please take it away.
So, Nolan, the best way I can describe this is that it's like Alien Isolation, with co-op and velociraptors.
Clever girl.
It's Death Ground.
Eso es el Isolation con velociraptors. Vale. Tienen toda mi atención. Aunque es verdad que los movimientos de los bichos es un poco ortopedicito. Por lo que veo también es cooperativo. Death Ground. Vale, sale este año y se puede ya preordenar. Buenas, Rana.
Okay, Death Ground is coming to PC later.
No, es que no había evento. El evento fue ayer.
Okay, we're breaking things up with our next section, which is
O sea que ayer no lo pude hacer.
staple.
Every show, we pull focus onto 3 particular games that we consider, us two mainly, ones to watch.
Hostia, el de cargarte enemigos con metralladoras.
Where you drive pickup trucks through cavalry fields in medieval England. Try saying that 10 times fast.
Es que
Anachronistic siege simulator. Congratulations, I think I've sprained my tongue.
Hello, I'm Ian Fish from Redemption Road Games, makers of Road Redemption and the upcoming Kingmakers.
Es una puta idea de olla,
In Kingmakers, you travel back to the year 1401 to help the real-life Welsh rebel Owain Glendower conquer England. In reality, his Welsh rebellion was defeated and he mysteriously disappeared. So, in 1401 England, you use modern weapons to help the outnumbered Welsh defeat English armies made up of thousands of soldiers. And everything in Kingmakers is
Son
great.
hordas
The
de
thousands of soldiers are all
de señores con
simulated.
armadura.
Furthermore, all
Y que tiene que
buildings
ser
are
súper
fully
divertido.
navigable and fully destructible. Thousands of soldiers can navigate complex multi-story castles with the same level of pathfinding fidelity you'd expect from a modern first-person
Esto ya
shooter.
llevaban
Originally,
tiempo
we thought
anunciándolo,
Kingmakers
yo ya lo
was
había
gonna be a
visto.
cool simulation of what it would be
Es
like
maravilloso,
to
me
go back
parece,
in
me
time with modern
parece
weapons.
eso, súper
Would you
divertido. Se
be
ve que
able
es
to
un
free the
doble A,
medieval army with an AK-47?
pero ha mejorado mucho,
Then we realized
Antes
that
era
if
más
we're gonna do
tosco.
this, we gotta do it right. Medieval battles involve thousands of soldiers,
Pero
so we're
me
gonna simulate
parece Dios
thousands
este
of
juego.
soldiers. And this isn't like Dynasty Warriors, where soldiers kind of spawn into existence as you approach them. In Kingmakers, they're always there, running their AI all the time. Furthermore, we realized that a game with this scope, the player would want to be able to command his armies and fortify his own outposts, so it kind of grew for there. It's now something completely unique. A shooter with real-time strategy elements that rival Age of Empires, and shooting gameplay that rivals Helldivers and Space Marine.
Vale, o sea, tienes estrategia en tiempo real y luego shooter en tercera persona. ¡Qué puta locura!
Every building, castle, wall, and tree in Kingmakers is fully destructible. You can blow it up with a grenade launcher, take it out with an airstrike, or maybe even demolish it with a tank. And none of the destruction is scripted either. It's all dynamic, courtesy of Unreal 4's fast physics calculations. It's one of the reasons we didn't switch to Unreal 5. We experimented with Unreal 5.1 and Unreal 5.3, but nothing has been as fast on the CPU side as Unreal 4 when it comes to physics. Finally, we're excited to share that you and up to 3 friends can lead their own armies alongside yours and join in on your conquest of England in online co-op. This is the full campaign, full online co-op, no compromises. This means 4 players fielding armies of thousands, building their own
Se puede jugar la
fortifications
campaña en
and buildings,
cooperativo.
and attacking enemy bases, either for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Sale este año, saldrá una
Thank you
early access
so
por lo que
much
han
to the
dicho.
team at Redemption Road for
Es
that closer
maravilloso.
look at Kingmakers, a game which isn't even out yet, but already has a live-action movie in the works.
I'm already on the phone with my agent to play the pickup truck, of course. Anyway, I think it's time for another world premiere, so grab your friends, your VR headsets, and your mobile phones for some reason. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon.
World premiere.
At Elsewhere Electric, we believe in power. The power to shape the future. Our state-of-the-art facility is the heart of that future. And we need you to keep it running. You and a capable partner, that is.
I'll open up the van. Get juiced up.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's get in there. I see some symbols. A jellyfish, some squiggly pipes.
I think I've got it. Did that work?
Looks like it. 3, 2, 1, turn.
Ready!
Elsewhere Electric relies on teamwork, precision, problem-solving, and efficiency. For reasons which will become immediately clear once you enter our facility, the true nature of our work cannot be revealed to the public. Your work may be challenging.
We're in.
Your work may be confusing.
I can see you! I can see you!
Your work will be dangerous.
We need to get this door open. There's something in here.
But it's a risk Elsewhere Electric is willing to take.
In the event of an incident-induced employee vacancy, a replacement installer will continue your work.
These sacrifices make Elsewhere Electric's important work possible. Because in our facility, power doesn't just keep the lights on, it keeps them from getting out.
Whoa! Ah!
Elsewhere Electric, a puzzle game powered by 2.
Vale.
That was your first look at Elsewhere Electric, a cooperative puzzle game where players work together to explore an abandoned facility. Don't try that at home, I'm pretty sure it's illegal. It's coming to PC, VR, iOS and Android later this year.
All right, this next one's for all you impudent insects out there. If you haven't heard, the cult classic immersive sim System Shock 2 is getting a definitive remaster from Night Dive Studios.
And we just so happen to have the release date ready for you.
Vale. Remaster de System Shock 2.
This place is a womb where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
Now don't you wish you joined us? Would you then feel so alone?
Ah, digo, eso es un remaster tela, ¿eh? Sí, mejor. Perdón. ...25 aniversario remaster, ¿vale? Y han dicho que van a dar fecha de salida. 26 de junio del 25.
You heard it here first,
Consolas y
folks.
PC.
The System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster launches on June 26th, 2025.
And speaking of good old games, you may have heard about the recently launched preservation program from our friends at GOG. It's a commitment from one of the industry's foremost digital storefronts to maintain and preserve classic video games for future generations.
A noble pursuit indeed. System Shock 2 is already part of the program alongside other golden oldies like Alpha Protocol and SWAT 4, both of which I was in, by the way. So, thanks, guys.
For the Spring Showcase, we've partnered with GOG to reveal some more titles that are coming to the program.
Vale.
Who knows? Maybe one of
A
your
mí lo que están
nostalgic
haciendo esta
favorites
gente
will
de
pop up.
GOG, de preservación de videojuegos, me parece maravilloso.
Sometimes it just takes a single sound, sentence,
Hello, my friend.
or quick glimpse to awaken that emotion. A warm feeling that brings back all the memories of times
De
when
hecho,
all the problems didn't
están los
matter.
Resident
It was
Evil,
just
están los
you
Dino
as a
Crisis.
superhero, fighter, racer, knight, waiting to conquer the world. Games are part of you, us. They're a part of culture,
Están los
part of
Diablo.
what makes us human. Without preservation, all the emotions, creativity, stories, and innovations
Los
behind them
Witcher,
risk being lost
Fallout.
forever. How can we ensure
Hay
everyone
muchos
can play
juegos.
games today, tomorrow, and for years to come?
Y son
Devs
tuyos
share
para
the
siempre.
source codes, artwork, and even collectibles that you own with museums so they don't get
Porque
lost.
te bajas
Gamers,
el
play these
launcher.
games and talk about them. Make them live forever. Vote and
Estamos
share
en
your
punto
gaming
ex.
stories on GOG
Y de hecho,
Dreamlist to help bring
yo
more
voté
games to the
para
GOG
que
preservation
salieran
program.
los Silent
Games within
Hill,
the program are
el
maintained
Code
by us
Verónica
and guaranteed to
y
always work on
demás
modern
juegos de
computers.
Resident Evil.
We've already future-proofed more than 100 titles. Today, we are happy to say that the GOG Preservation Program is expanding with even more titles. You
Tres
can play
más.
all of them right now on GOG.com. Let's take a look at the new arrivals.
Silent Hill 4 de Room. Tomb Raider series, todos. Fallout 2. Alien de Dar de 1 al 3. Últimas series. Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. Wing Commander 1 y 2. Hostia. Jack Alice. Fear. Aprovechando que Monolith ya no existe. Privateer 2. Por Royal 3. Alien Breed más Tower Assault. A unos cuantos, Mira, igual los Fear, igual me...
Do us a favor and head over to GOG.com to peruse the expanded preservation program library. We've also collaborated on an FGS-themed sale, which you can find by heading to GOG.com/FGS. Okay, at this point, you're probably thinking, Nolan North, why are you on the balcony? Where's Jennifer? Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not so sure myself. But we're about to throw it out to a series of back-to-back trailers while I look for her. And way down. Jen? Jennifer?
Arratsaldeon, buenas tardes, Unai.
We all know why the walls around
Mandragon, Whispers of the no sé qué. Dark Magical Dangerous World.
to the forces of darkness. Its light is replaced by shadows and the terrors that lurk within them.
Lo de Epic Battles no tiene por qué ser tipo Souls, por favor. Souls like casi un RPG. Venga. Sí, está claro que si no son Souls like Battles, una batalla no es épica, por lo que sea.
Inquisitor, a word in private.
Mandragon, Whispers of the Witch 3. 17 de abril. PlayStation 5 y PC.
Welcome, everyone, and congratulations for being exactly where you want to be, here at Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. We got everything you need up here in the clouds. Buy a slice of paradise, cryptocurrency allowed. Vacations tailor-made, have a mealtime serenade. Upgrade to the ultra suede, you wanna do it right. Party on the promenade, every day is a parade. Stay out for the masquerade, the party goes all night. Destination. I accept your adulation. Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. At Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. Yeah.
Billy basta, vale, muy bien.
Dr. Svetlov, let's take this lunatic down for messing with the sovereignty. Let's make it quick. We're on the clock here.
That's handy. Getting this fixed up.
They're coming.
I've never seen anything like this before. Svetlov's planning something big. If we're lucky, he'll show himself. Svetlov's called hideout. Any idea how many people he's got with him? Stay sharp. Svetlov could be anywhere.
World Premiere, bueno. Roguelite Shooter, joder, entre los Souls-like y los Roguelite. Self Heroes, vale. Vale, para Steam y Play 5 lo va a ir.
Thank God I made it.
Uncle Nolan, where have you been?
It's okay, I'm sorry. That just took so long. It's really way up there. It's not a camera trick. If they ask you to go up there, do not do it. Okay, what's next?
While Uncle Nolan recovers, let's take a look at Neighbours Suburban Warfare, which is kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, except with pigeon poop bombing runs. Yes, you did hear that correctly. And backyard brawls.
She said poop.
Are you okay?
I can't breathe.
Es el plan de este mayor para esta mierda. Es un Battle Royale. Sí, tienes que cargarte a los vecinos, básicamente. Juego curioso, la verdad. Suburban Warfare. 17 de abril sale en Early Access. ¿Otro hijo de Palworld? No es hijo de Palworld.
In Neighbors Suburban Warfare, which is launching in early access on April 17th.
No tiene nada que ver con Palworld, hombre.
Developer presentation for Hawthorne up next.
Permites estos indies que básicamente viven del online, no les doy mucho tiempo de vida.
Adorable.
Hawthorne is a sandbox RPG realm of anthropomorphic animals and fairy tale creatures. Play solo or co-op as you recruit villagers and build a village of memorable NPCs. Defend against the elements and against forest tricksters.
Básicamente es un poco de aquella manera, ¿eh?
Farm, craft, and explore an ever-changing world bigger than the small creature you play. Bringing this nostalgic world to life has been a long-term dream for us, and we're thrilled to be doing it alongside our players.
Hawthorne will leverage our experience making some of the world's most beloved RPGs to establish a new genre that blends the emergent fun of sandbox games with a charming simulation of village life. It's a fantasy home you can keep returning to.
The different playable species have asymmetrical abilities and limitations. You, your friends, and your NPC followers must work together to complete jobs around the village. Differentiated species, together with our procedural storytelling, combine to make each player's story in Hawthorne a unique and enjoyable experience.
We're a small team of experienced developers bringing Hawthorne to life as a true passion project. This game is currently self-funded to keep creativity at its heart.
Las texturas... Hay que pulir esto,
the chance to build something unique and memorable. Join us on this adventure.
Porque no quieras hacerlo realista y luego tener unas texturas de cartón.
The nostalgic joy that is Hawthorne to the world.
Banco jugar con la nutria de Franco esta. ¿Va a ser en Kickstarter? Vale.
A Kickstarter campaign for Hawthorne is coming soon, so keep an eye on.
Parece que se han pasado del porro entre las desarrolladoras, una pupada, sí.
For the future games show historians out there, this next game appeared at the very end of last year's spring showcase as our one more thing.
You know, Jen, while we're on the topic of history, back in my day when Emily and I hosted the first Future Game Show, it was all remote. None of this real in-person stuff. I mean, you kids don't know how good you're getting it.
Back in your day. Yeah, when did Uncharted come out again?
They tell me 2007.
I was definitely still in school.
At least you were born. Okay, let's just watch this new trailer for Industria 2.
Pero hay que hacer todos los juegos en primera persona, de verdad. Que no mola nada. Claro, sí que no hay que hacer animaciones, ¿no? Más que de una mano. O de dos.
Marlene, I need to find a way home.
I'm just as stranded as you.
God damn it.
But there is a sender at headquarters. I can show you the way if you help me arrive there in one piece.
Deal.
Nora, what was Atlas made for in the first place? Before it became this?
It was a sorting algorithm meant to scrape the universe base layer for data. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dimensions.
I guess it didn't stay that way.
No tiene mala pinta, pero es lo mismo. Gráficamente es un poco patatilla. Industria 2. Vale. O sea, hubo un 1, ¿no? Vale, para PC solo.
Defy an insatiable artificial intelligence in Industria 2, which is coming soon to PC.
Another world premiere now, and this one has a little historical kick to it.
As well as some zombies, because why not?
World premiere. Rome has fallen. ¿Eso no es Stardew Valley de romanos? Matando zombies a la noche. Romstead. Vale, se puede preordenar. No te dicen dónde.
Romestead is a survival game where you rebuild the empire after the fall of Rome. It's coming soon, but you can sign up for the closed alpha at romestead.com.
All right, ready up for our second ones to watch. This time, we're checking in with Compulsion Games' Deep South action adventure, South of Midnight.
Vale, este es el de Microsoft. El South of Midnight, que no tiene mala pinta, pero...
I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games. Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games. Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a
el de stop motion también está guay.
Of the Deep South.
Y se ve bonito también, no sé.
So in South of Midnight, you play as Hazel. Her mother gets swept away in a trailer during a hurricane, and as Hazel is looking for help, she encounters creatures who have like their own issues that she helps them solve.
Hey, Hazel.
Who's there?
Up here. You find your mama yet?
Today we're excited to talk a bit more about the creatures, specifically our narrator, the catfish, who you meet, pretty early on in the game, and he's a pretty important character.
A talking fish. Nope. Ain't no way.
Catfish is voiced by a man named Walter. So we really looked for people who were from the South, who would have kind of that Southern background and authenticity. And he's a great guy. He's 70 years old, plays fiddle, really cool. He was really excited about the project. I think this is one of his first voice acting jobs, if I remember correctly.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
So after we meet Catfish, you are set to heal Benji, and he lives in this remote Cajun community that has been abandoned for many years. And as you explore that region, you understand kind of why it's been abandoned, what happened to Benji, why he became that tree, and what his connection to Rhubarb, this sort of eccentric off-the-grid character that you meet early on. You kind of get to know what their relationship is and what happened there.
You're welcome to try bottling up the pain, but the roots of this trouble go deep.
We have an awesome audio director, Chris, and he really wanted to make sure we had a special song for each of our main creatures you meet in the region, and that song tells a story and you learn about the characters and the backstory through that song.
His name, he saw things different. He was my shame.
De momento este de Convulsion me está gustando. Al principio no me convenció, pero bueno.
So the music is kind of done in parcels. So you'll get part of a story. So you'll get a few lines, maybe 2, 3, 4 times throughout each zone, and they tell a little bit more of the story. And then when you unlock most of the context, you'll have a final, either a boss fight or an encounter with the creature. And during that final encounter, like with Benji, when you're climbing the tree, you'll hear the full song.
He was my brother, Benji his name. He saw things different. He was my shame.
Yo también lo jugaré a través del Game Pass.
Xbox Series X and S, PC, and it's also going to be day 1 on Game Pass on April 8th. And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wishlist, really get the word out there.
Thanks for watching. And
¿Has dicho la fecha? Pero no me he quedado con ella. 8 de abril. Pero tiene muy buena pinta, ¿eh? Lo poco que voy viendo me está gustando.
Okay, now we're venturing into the haunted landscapes of Pioneer next.
Y Play todavía no se sabe, ya llegará más adelante, me imagino. De momento, Game Pass. De Xbox. Dale 6 meses. Veo todo verde. Madre mía. No, no es un evento de Xbox. Tranquilo. Esto lo monta la gente de Games Radar. Y no es precisamente una página de videojuegos que precisamente se decante por Xbox, sino que es más de PC. Si no será muy lejana, creo que la predescarga está disponible. No lo sé. Yo de hecho ahora me he puesto a jugar en la Xbox a control, porque quería jugar la misión esta en la que te habla Kojima. Y como me lo pasé en la One, no se me pasa lo diré. La info, el save data no se pasa a la versión de series. Entonces me lo tengo que volver a pasar. Por lo que eso indica. Lo que se supone, vamos, que me da mucha pereza. El control no es de mis juegos favoritos de Remedy, la verdad. Se me había olvidado lo difícil que es y lo frustrante, sobre todo. Sí, sé que estás dando el Midnight, ¿eh? Sé que estás dando el Midnight. Pioneer. Vale.
That was gameplay for the incredible looking Pioneer, which is coming to PC in 2025. What have we got next, Jennifer?
Si el 80% de los juegos que te... Ya te he dicho que no es de Xbox el evento, Rarna. Es de Games Radar. Y que no es un medio que sea pro Xbox, sino es más pro PC. Igual como estás en la pausa, igual no me oyes, ahora te lo repito. Pero si no, te lo pongo en mensaje. Headlock, demo a bailable. Así me gusta, que por lo menos tengáis una demo para enseñar. Que, no sé, tampoco me he enterado mucho.
Set your alarms because Hellclock is coming soon to PC. There's also a demo available on Steam, so go check it out after the show.
Let's push things forward with a completely different game. One that asks you to be the MVP in PvP vehicular combat. Nolan, did I say that right?
I have no idea.
¿Esto qué son? ¿Destruction All Stars? Rivals Hover League. Vale. Del Capton. Madre mía. Es un juego coreano, dice él. Uy, mejor dicho.
Yes, indeed. Let me introduce you all to Finding Frankie, a haunted parkour game show starring a cavalcade of creepy animatronics. Here's the latest from the game's developers.
De verdad, estos juegos empiezan a ser todos iguales, ¿eh? Por lo que veo es muy Fall Guys esto.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premise of Frankie's Parkour Palace.
This is going to be a game show you won't ever forget.
The only reason the ones above decided to keep you around is because you're boosting the ratings. Our viewers are entertained. We aren't going bankrupt, and this isn't our last game show.
Finding Frankie, el 15 de abril, si he leído bien.
Watch your step when Finding Frankie comes to consoles on April 15th.
Moving swiftly away from that terrifying image, we've got a special update from Tale Worlds Entertainment about their beloved medieval warfare simulator, Mount and Blade 2, Bannerlord.
Bannerlord, me suena el nombre. Igual lo he visto por ahí en Twitter, /X. O sea, batallas acuáticas. Navales, mejor dicho. Bueno.
What a brilliant surprise. Mount and Blade 2 is getting naval warfare, a new faction, and so much more with the War Sails expansion, which is coming soon to PC and console.
And sticking with the seafaring theme, here's the latest on an Unreal Engine 5 sailing adventure inspired by Firewatch. This is Will Follow the Light.
All I can see, zeros and ones. I'm running out of time. Running out of see the ghost.
I will find you, wherever you are.
Father?
También a pesar de ser un Real Engine 5 hay que pulir texturitas, Will Follow the Light. Steam, Series y Play.
Will Follow the Light
Play
is
5,
coming in
obviamente.
2025 to PC, Xbox and PlayStation. What have you got for us next, Nolan North?
Well, how about a post-Ragnarok survival game? Okay, here's the developers of Cloudheim, Noodlecat Games, to give us the inside scoop.
Me voy a centrar un poco más en la imagen. Cloudheim.
Hi, I'm Billy Quick from Noodlecat Games, and today we'll be exploring some of the combat in Cloudheim, our upcoming game blending crafting with physics-based combat. This is a Greeble, an aggressive little furball with a lot of teeth. You could hit him with a sword, but instead, let's kick him off this cliff. Greebles aren't the only threat out here, though. You'll also fight against heavily armored enemies like armadillos who roll recklessly through your allies. You'll need to dodge their rolls and then attack when their guard is down.
Me recuerda mucho salvando las distancias al Immortal Phoenix Rising.
You'll want to pull them in close with your lasso to dish out damage. Our combat system is built around using physics to juggle your enemies. The longer you can keep enemies airborne with your kicks, lasso, and other abilities, the more damage they'll take when they finally hit the ground. Combine abilities and set up combos to maximize damage. Here, our character is placing down mushrooms and jump pads, bouncing enemies high into the sky. With the right combos, the battlefield will feel like a pinball machine. Play solo or team up with friends in co-op for coordinated combo attacks. While you explore the islands in Cloudheim, you'll come across mysterious portals that lead to dangerous dungeons filled with tough enemies and rare loot for crafting. You'll grow in Cloudheim by mastering weapons to gain abilities along 4 class pathways.
Es una copia descarada de Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Spellblades supplement their attacks.
Yo digo del Immortals, Phoenix Rising. Más que de Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Speed to exploit weaknesses, and Sentinels defend and heal the team when dealing damage. Choose the weapons and abilities that fit your style. You can freely switch your class just by changing your weapons.
Además el diseño y todo es muy Immortal.
Team up with your friends to create absolute mayhem. Our team has had so much fun coming up with unique abilities and wild combos, and we're excited to see what chaos you can create. Now here's Nasher to tell you all the really important details about how to wishlist Cloudheim. Thanks, Nasher. In case you didn't get that, Cloudheim releases this year. Wishlist it now.
Sí. Este escenario es súper Immortal Phoenix Rising.
Bring harmony to the realm when Cloudheim lands on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2020.
Lo que han cogido de Zelda Breath of the Wild,
If you want to check it out ahead of launch.
que es de hecho es del Tears of the Kingdom, de que sea una isla flotante, voladora.
Not in favouring. Keep your wits and your wish lists primed. We'll be back shortly. Nolan, I've got to get up to that balcony in a bit. How did you actually get down from?
Quieren tapar el cel shading con gráficos del Immortal. Sí. Se nota.
So did you Nathan Drake your way down?
No, I just cried really loudly and the crew came and got me.
Classic.
No, este no es el Firebreak, no.
Welcome to Section 13, a top-down roguelike shooter where an interdimensional outbreak.
Otro roguelike shooter. Joder.
Operating from the shadows, S2P is a globe-spanning paranormal research organization. Their mission? Capture and study things that go bump in the night. And Section 13 is where they keep the worst. Until now. With the best of the best unavailable, it's up to a team of disposable rank-and-file nobodies to get
Es
the
que me
job
está
done.
recordando también al shooter roguelike, no sé cuál no se me llamaba, que estaba basada en el universo de Callisto Protocol.
She's new to
Es
the
que
field, but don't let that fool you. She's packing cutting-edge mad science weaponry. She's one of 4 agents available to choose from. Whether you're going in alone or bringing some help. Now, listen carefully. Whatever they were up to in that base, they weren't doing it on the books. There's something big down there. And it wants out. It's up to you to plunge into the unknown. Find the answers. Fight for the truth. And bring some light to the dark. Section 13. Clock in.
Mayo del 25, PlayStation 5, Xbox y PC.
Welcome, bandits from all over the world. We are Bandit Trap, a home security company, and our new line of home defense products needs to be tested. So we're calling on you to do the job.
Tía, el diseño... No sé yo, si me mola mucho. Demasiado caricaturesco para mi gusto.
All 10 treasures scattered in our prepared houses and escape from the robotic hands of our trapper. This little fella packs all the skills to achieve our ultimate goal. Defend homes and their treasures against bandits from all over the world.
Vale, para PC.
These rings store thousands of citizen cores. Future inhabitants of Eden.
¿Qué mierda es esta?
You have to reach the top chamber and break the last remaining seal. Dropped straight into a
Recall.
This is exactly what hyper units were made for.
El First Descendant no es, pero se parece mucho. Reengage.
Rip their cores out. You know you want to.
Mucho shooter en primera persona, ¿eh? Bueno, mucho shooter también en general. Recalibrate.
We are standing on the edge looking towards the unknown. See you on the other side.
Metal Eden. El 6 de mayo sale.
Hello, Cybermyth combatants. Neon Abyss 2 is a side-scrolling action roguelike game with a cyber-mythological theme. The sequel stays faithful to what the fans love about the first game, using the original infinite item stacking feature and chaotic combat, while introducing new mechanics, new content, and refinement to create an exhilarating experience. Finally, you can get hands-on with Neon Abyss 2 yourself with our single-player open playtest, which is available right now. Don't forget to wishlist now.
Hay una beta, por decirlo de alguna manera, ya disponible.
With a world premiere. I hope you like lonely robots.
I love them.
World premiere.
There was no guide for what we had to do, no manual for leaving a world behind. But even we knew we couldn't take everything with us.
Mira, esto es la cinemática, pero se ve de puta madre.
My greatest creation, a guardian, a caretaker. Its hands shaped to nurture. Its heart programmed to protect. It works tirelessly now, crafting vessels from the bones of a broken world, sending sparks of life into...
Pinta súper frenético tipo Dom. Sí, pero no sé. Es que me parecen todos iguales. ¿Ves? Y otro shooter. Vale que es lo más divertido para jugar en PC, pero no sé. Que más gente tenemos PC y nos gustan este tipo de juegos. The Last Caretaker. Vale.
The Last Caretaker is a survival game where you bring humanity back from the brink of extinction.
No pressure, I guess. It's coming soon to PC.
Now let's move on and introduce you all to Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. It's a side-scrolling survival game set in a Texas city devastated by a zombie outbreak, plus an economic crisis and a scorching heat wave for good measure.
Now, stinky zombies I can handle, but hot weather, I'm British. Absolutely not.
Tía, gameplay, tú. Me mola el rollo. Que sea así scroll lateral y tal. Energy Gracias el 9 de abril del 25 en Steam.
Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days launches into early access on April 9th, which is just mere weeks away, people.
Get excited, but please try to enjoy each game equally.
Well, if you're looking for something a little more cheery, then we've got you covered too. Locomoto is a cozy conductor simulator where you fix rusty trains and make hot cocoa for your furry friends.
I'm sold.
Me too.
Welcome to the world of Locomoto, where your story begins with a simple, rusty train, which will become your new home.
Pues nada.
You'll take the role
El juego perfecto para Sheldon.
keeping your train in tip-top shape. Learn how to drive it and embark on a journey to help your hometown Barenpire solve its environmental struggles. Traverse and explore various stations and bring aboard quirky locals along the way. Pick a route and drive them to their destination, and while travelling, you can of course service them to make sure they enjoy the ride. Scour the world for resources and craft unique sets of furniture to furnish your train with.
Conduces el daño y encima les tienes que servir la comida. O puedes contratar a alguien, aunque luego tú lo manejes.
There are many things to explore and discover in the world of Locomoto, so immerse yourself in this cozy experience when Locomoto arrives on the 8th of April 2025 on Steam and on Nintendo Switch later this year.
Locomoto el 8 de abril, vale. Y para Steam y para Nintendo Switch, pues más adelante en el 2025.
That was a real palate cleanser, so time for something gritty now, I think.
Precisely. Here's Karma, The Dark World, an alt history thriller where you dive into the brains of your suspects as an agent of the Thought Bureau. All right?
I don't want...
Tell me, do you think a glimpse of a memory is the absolute truth? You don't get to choose.
Perdón, que lo estaba viendo muy comprimido, aunque se veía muy bien, pero lo estaba viendo muy comprimido.
Perhaps even just once, given it some serious.
Loco moto ni loco lo toco. Bravo, nice, bravo. Eso es, como digo yo, para vosotros jugadores. A gente que le guste, que se lo compre y lo... Karma, The Dark World. El 27 de marzo. Me viene fatal. El 31 sale post-trauma, lo siento mucho. Ay, Play 5 también.
Exactly 1 week from now. Now, we all know you like watching trailers for games, but what about actually playing them too? Sound fun? Good. Because this next section focuses on indies with demos available on Steam, so you can check them all out right after the show.
Pero que van a pasar, tiene demo en Steam.
Welcome to Eclipsium, a psychological horror adventure that has you exploring a crunchy, twisted dreamscape.
Madre mía, qué pixelacos, como puños.
Next up, we've got White Knuckle, a speed climbing game where you scale the
Bueno, y esto también, no se queda corto.
substructure.
How about Weenie Wise, a cooperative puzzle platformer starring magical school students?
Or
Paper Sky, madre mía.
Cel-shaded landscapes as a makeshift paper plane.
Este es para PC, para Mac, para Linux, para todo. Madre mía.
It's an action platformer where you chart quirky cave systems.
My girlfriend calls me a chaos gremlin. And finally, this is Artist Impact, a story-rich, turn-based RPG that blends pixel art with hand-drawn comic aesthetics.
La mayoría hay pixelacos como puños,
That was our ones to play montage. And the best way you can try those games out for yourself is by heading to our Future Game Show Steam page. Just search Future Game Show on Steam to get more info on the games we've covered today and maybe wishlist some of your favorites.
I know we harp on about wishlisting a lot, but it is an important visibility signal for games in development, and every little bit helps.
Indeed. We're switching back into trailer mode now with another world premiere. This one's an exciting adaptation of a popular board game.
World premiere. Una adaptación de un popular juego de mesa. Interesante. Kickstarter o full time. Por turnos, por lo que veo. Crea tu party. Unique Strategies, vale. Build your outpost, vale. Cover the Secret of the North. Elena Morena, gracias por seguirme en Twitch. Bienvenida. Frosthaven, hostia. Sí, sé cuál es.
And it's coming to PC in 2025.
This next game fulfills a lifelong dream of mine, to be a sheep wielding a great sword in a world run by wolves. Let's dig into the delightfully edgy revenge story of Standalone.
Standalone, vale.
Standalone is coming to Steam in summer 2025.
Sweet. Okay, let's keep it rolling.
En verano, vale.
Trailer from Mecha Break, a lightning-fast armored brawler.
Mecha Break. Este también se están poniendo mucho tráiler en los eventos últimamente. Es para los que habéis jugado el Armored Core de From Software, pues algo parecido. Esto creo que esto es PvP, si no recuerdo mal. Vaya hostia. Madre mía. Te puedes convertir en vehículos, te puedes montar en vehículos. Tienes armas de todo tipo. Qué puta locura. ...2025 y siguen sin salir. Solamente salen en Steam y en series. Me sorprende que no salga en Play 5.
Well, we're most of the way through the show now, Nolan North. But there's still a bunch of exciting games in the pipeline. Here's a double feature from our friends at Playdigious.
Vale. Un RPG con el poder de la música. Fretless. 22 de mayo de 2025. Kill the King. Vale, juego de cartas.
Fretless, The Wrath of Rifson, and Crown Gambit are both coming to PC in 2025.
Crown Gambit, vale.
All right, Nolan North. I think it's safe to say we've covered a ton of games today. But what's one more world premiere between friends?
Oh, well, I'm not complaining. Let's check it out.
Vale. Otro de crea tu propio pueblo. Luego llega urbanismo y le meten ahí una multa del copón porque no podían construir ahí, no era zona urbanizable. Me hubiera gustado eso en los juegos. Digas, no, multa porque no era zona urbanizable. Ah. Y te destruyen todo. Sí, podemos construir más y más. Nos vamos a expandir. Madre mía. Rai, Kingdom of the Distant Shore. Vale. Vale, pues se puede preordenar o reservar en Steam ya.
Rave, Kingdom on the Distant Shores is a city builder
Ah,
set in a
Rave.
Fox-filled
La
fantasy
V cuenta, vale.
which is coming in 2026.
We've got something slightly less adorable for up next, but for good reason. Our final ones to watch deep dive tackles the next spine-chilling game from Tarsier Studios, the minds behind Little Nightmares.
Prepare yourself, because it's time for a closer look at the claustrophobic world of Reanimal.
Vale. Reanimal. De los creadores de los dos primeros Little Nightmares.
Horror adventure where you play two siblings and you're looking for your three friends.
These kids grew up in a lovely place, but due to reasons that become more apparent as you play the game, that lovely place has turned really quite nasty. And so your job as these two players is to go and rescue your other friends and try and escape this nasty place. The island itself, due to this inciting incident, has been fractured, and so it's in three large parts and a bunch of smaller bits. Each of your friends.
Recordad que Little Nightmares 3, que está en desarrollo, evidentemente no lo crea esta gente, sino que lo crea Supermassive Games, lo cual no va a tener mucho que ver. Aunque sean buenos haciendo juegos de terror, pero otro tipo de terror, la verdad.
Players more this time round than in previous games, but still it's nice to keep a little bit back so you can kind of meet in the middle and see what people make of what you've given them and all that.
It's definitely a co-op game. You're together solving various like little, maybe puzzles is almost too much of a word.
En este evento Nvidia no va a dar abasto con la 5090. Sí, correcto.
So it's about the two players finding ways to survive and rescuing their friends, really, like we said before.
Because I'm a big couch fan. Couch co-op is where it's at for me. But then a load of people love online. And then there's people who just want to do that together. So the fact that the tech team have managed to get all three boxes checked that front, I think, is really, really nice.
And what was also very, very important to us is that it's all kind of the same experience, because this camera is always the same, right? We don't have split screen. In online co-op, you don't follow your character and the other one is doing whatever. It's always being together as the two characters.
Vale.
Like Mer said from the beginning, like scared together. That was one of the pillars, and I feel like this camera is kind of essential to pulling that off.
People have played our previous games together anyway, whether they was co-op or not. That made that decision feel quite a natural one. That like, people want this, and let's do it. It's gonna be fun,
Whenever we put something in the game, we are trying to make sure it doesn't get boring. It's something new. One thing we're really trying not to do is to give you the same thing over and over and over and just work based on a recipe. But instead, we're really questioning ourselves: is this unique within the game, right? I'm not saying unique across all games, but trying to give the players something fresh within the experience that we're crafting, and then hopefully that leads to something that people actually enjoy.
Vale.
Hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes look
PlayStation
at
5, series y PC.
And more info is coming soon.
Reanimal is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so get that thing on your wish list. Now, what have we got next for the good people, Jennifer?
Okay, Nolan. So it's no secret here that at the Future Games Show, we're huge fans of Remedy Entertainment and their eerie, curiously entangled universe of games such as Control and Alan Wake.
And last year, the studio revealed a spin-off to Control called FBC Firebreak, a session-based co-op shooter where you tackle anomaly-busting jobs in the non-Euclidean confines of the oldest house.
If you've been anticipating this one, so have we. And good news, we're delighted to share the first gameplay trailer for FBC.
Venga, un gameplay. No, no es Little Nightmare 3, esto es Reanimal. Little Nightmare 3 creo que lo sacaban de ahí, pero no lo hacen ellos, lo hacen Supermassive. Ah, es primera persona, vale, no me acordaba. Sé que era cooperativo de 3. Que encima esto tendrá lore también, o sea...
Had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector.
Pero tiene pinta de ser súper divertido.
This whole place will be yellow by morning.
Está hecho con el Not Light.
This crisis ain't over. Now get through the containment door to the next zone.
Vale, un poco rollo Left 4 Dead, ¿no? Que vas pasando de zonas. Te vas rearmando y más. Los shelters. Tiene sentido.
Never mind. You sure kicked the nest. There's hiss all over you. Stand back! Piggy's coming out!
Hostia. Que se te vayan pegando los posits me parece maravilloso. Putos bichos que explotan, ¿quién me los odia? Sí. De visitar las mismas zonas que encontró, o serán zonas nuevas, porque la casa memorial es enorme. ¡Qué puta locura! En verano de 2025. Llega día una Game Pass, por cierto. Pero también es...
That was FBC Firebreak, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in summer 2025.
Pues
now
eso.
you can find even more exclusive info on FBC Firebreak by heading to GamesRadar.com after the show.
Vale.
And I hate to say it, Jennifer, but is it time for our final trailer?
No, then.
Sí.
I think it might be. But thankfully, our
Gracias.
Bloober team are sending
Los dos mejores para el final.
for Kronos, The New Dawn, a survival horror game where you scour the future for remnants of the past, just like my therapy sessions.
Kronos, it's a sci-fi survival horror, and in a way, a dream come true for us to make. The world
Kronos,
of
The New
Kronos,
Dawn.
it's like alternative history when the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we called the Change.
In Kronos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive encounters with monsters.
Pero tiene muy buena pinta.
The orphans, because they are what was left from humanity. To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game. We can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
Vale, no van a enseñar gameplay. Me imagino coming soon que será
FGS Live from GDC, which airs directly after the spring show.
That's right. For more exclusive
¿En
info
serio?
on Bloober Team's new game, you just need to stay tuned to the platform you're watching right now.
Yeah, now Jennifer, despite what you said about that being the final trailer, the teleprompter,
Auto key.
same thing, is still rolling for some reason.
Ah, yeah, I see. That must have been the tadpole talking.
The what now?
There's not enough time to unpack that. But it does mean we have one more
Se parece el de The Space, pero tiene muy buena pinta.
Prepare for pain.
What?
Yes.
Y si es tan bueno el combate como en el Silent Hill 2, o sea, yo estoy muy dentro. Oh. ¿Y esto qué es? Que esto sí que es un Doom, Unai. Hazme caso. Literal. Con armas más medievales. Si se podía decir así, aunque son armas de fuego. Painkiller. A finales de... Bueno, fall es otoño, más o menos. Otoño-invierno de 2025.
Back from the dead, and the remake is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and
Es un
Xbox.
remake,
But with
vale.
that, we really are out of time. The show is officially over. Jennifer English, it's been so much fun.
Nolan North, I think we smashed it.
Yes.
That was a lot to get through, but we hope you've all had fun watching this year's Spring Showcase. Thank you so much for joining us, but you should absolutely stick around as FGS Live from GDC starts immediately after this, with more deep dives, trailers, and exclusive world.
Vale, sí, esto sigue. Miraremos lo de...
Before we head out, we'd also like to extend an enormous stream of thank yous to the people
Lo de
behind the
Cronos.
scenes who made this broadcast possible, including the developers
tira
who
pa'lante.
poured their time and hearts into making the trailers we aired today. Show them some love by wish listing and following their games.
Don't forget you can head to the Future Games Show Steam page to see everything we've covered and follow up on your favourite projects. There'll also be videos and articles with extra details landing on gamesradar.com and FGS YouTube channel right after the show.
I'm Jennifer English.
And I'm Nolan North.
This has been the Future Game Show Spring Showcase 2025. Smashed it.
Muy bueno. Aviso en Cronos, un juego... Vale. Me jode que tenga que... Vale, vamos a ver...
Time rifts that can bring us to...
Esto...
Don't miss it.
And before we head out, we'd also like to extend an enormous...
Doesn't work.
Ah, mira.
Exciting stuff indeed. That was right now. But the command, the click team.
Here we go.
El Among Us en 3D.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys, I just want to say this now. I am working as a crewmate to pay for my mother's hip surgery.
That's weird though, because I'm actually working as a crewmate to help pay for your mother's hip surgery too.
Well, that is good. Well, she does need
The side hustle.
else working.
The auto tune was out.
Es que el Among Us es la polla. Súper gracioso.
Let's go as well.
A whole host sound with today.
Que se decían que iban a meter aquí
Brilliant frog
el
management
Among Us en
simulator.
3D, pero no lo han metido.
Okay, bye, Mum. Bye. Mwah, mwah. Love you. Bye. Did you get it sorted? Yeah, I just gifted her a copy. Oh, it's an absolute.
Ah, Altered Expedition.
The Alters is a unique blend of survival, adventure, and
Es de los-
storytelling gameplay.
Es de los creadores
Finding the right
de
balance was one of our
Frostpunk.
top priorities while developing the game. We wanted the gameplay to push the story forward, but also make the narrative play a significant role in the final outcome.
Long story short, I needed to multiply myself to survive.
The Alters starts as a typical survival game, yet you quickly realize there is more to it. You need to create the Alters for their skills, which will be essential to survival. At the same time, this means bringing new characters to the story and making the gameplay more complex. The same goes for base building. What starts as. Want to know more? Check out the next episode of the Alters Expedition Logs.
Vale.
That was the ultimate to have.
Was gonna come at you until I again with this through to it. Legend O in our combat all over the made in the going to be released on 6.
What? Basics.
Oye, ¿qué cuándo me vais a poner el puto juego? Al final.
Why right now you can from because it's dripping in nostalgia, it's containing a central unnerving mystery, and it's a world exclusive premiere. Let's take a look.
A ver. ¿Me estás diciendo que esto es un Cyber Simulator? LAN Party Adventures, o sea.
That was LAN Party Adventures game.
Director at Socrates Labs, and we are making Ruffy into Riverside. It is a platforming adventure.
How can you not see it? You will never be like them.
I am one of them! You can explore this dark sci-fi fantasy.
A couple of little Easter egg kind of.
Consistently.
I know.
Same time.
Please don't fire me.
Estáis vacilando,
Pretty
¿verdad?
normal kid, and she just is ultimately trying to find her mom. That's her main goal in the game.
Well, it's like this, see? Our world is made of strands all wove together. Now, when something terrible or unnatural happens to a creature, the strands get all knotted.
We thought it was good to not have like a chosen one. We like the idea that anyone could be a weaver. It's something that like the land will choose for you when you're in like maybe a time of deep need. And so Hazel, as she's running after her mom's trailer in the hurricane, the land chooses her, and it's just kind of at random. She just kind of blinks and you can see the strands like in the sky and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And weavers are able to see kind of the fabric of the universe. We call it the grand tapestry, and they're able to manipulate those strands to do various types of spells. And their kind of mission is they heal like stigma in the land, like where bad things have happened that tends to spawn haints, and weavers are able to dispel those haints. They're able to see into your traumas, but they don't like fix your traumas for you. Only you can do that. But they listen to your story, they see your story, they get to see those memories. And I think sometimes that's just what you need, is someone to be like, oh, I'm sorry this happened to you. And I think Hazel's journey is also her growing in empathy and understanding of the different things people go through.
Weaving and textiles is super prominent in the Deep South, and we liked that it's sort of a feminine craft.
Me imaginaba que era la parte de arriba una rueca.
Sort of taking back this
Pero mola que tenga poderes de unir, literalmente, de coser.
Pretty important to us. And so she uses weaving tools like the spindle, the distaff, the hooks. She manipulates what we call the strands, and they're these fibers that make up the universe, and they are inspired by lace. And it was really important that they had this sort of tactile feel that also like
me gusta el rollito.
Stop motion direction of the art style.
Yeah, so South of Midnight launches on the Xbox Series X and S, PC, Cloud, Steam, and it's also going to be day one on Game Pass on April 8th. And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wishlist, really get the word out there.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show.
Joder, 5 días gratis. O sea, antes, para poder jugarlo, si lo preordenas ahora. A ver, venga, dejarme de hostias. Quiere ver el puto Cronos, ¿qué es esto?
The 10th. No, I tell you, not actually.
Wishlist City Tales medieval era now to be the first to know when you
looks to balance from the depths recently to tell us more.
Hello, I'm Joseph, co-founder at Silent Games. RPG. The story is RPG is an extended weapon. We have important mobility and all moveset that you get.
A mí me han timado.
Basic attack life, it comes a little out no favorite. To a mechanic over the top because it just parry something, learn it. Look out for more end.
Imperial is coming to PC, PS5, blessing of the OG indie horror.
Joder, Slenderman, madre mía.
So get ready.
Hello, my name is Rich.
Atomfall, que Atomfall también está hasta la puta sopa. A mí la última Gamescom me llenaron la cabeza de Atomfall. O sea, lo siento mucho, pero no quiero más. Ya he visto lo que es, no es para mí, ya está. Permafrost, madre mía.
From the horrors of the
It's a physics game.
Es que Baby Steps es la polla.
You have to manually take every step. There's no fast travel.
O sea, la idea es maravillosa y es de Devolver.
There's an arc to playing the game. You maybe for a moment you're challenged and you're sweating and you're leaning forward and then you're leaning back and you're relaxed.
Esto va a ser maravilloso para los streamers. Para Ibai y compañía. Ibai, yo, Juan y toda esta gente.
Can you not? It's just I didn't. Yeah, let's go back in time to when you didn't. No, I was just trying to catch it with my sorry. With your foot. Yeah, you tried to catch it. I saw it was starting to go and I just tried to. You just kicked.
Ay, que gráficamente es una mierda, pero forma parte de su encanto.
I was just trying to steady it.
I don't think it's a difficult game. I think is the first thing to say. You can make it.
You're just bad.
No. You can make it difficult. So we're taking a very different approach to my game Getting Over It, which has one path, and if you mess up, you're back to the beginning. This is not like that at all. Really kind of achievable set of paths that are very sort of safe and more or less easy. And we're constantly tempting you off that, and inviting you to try something that's a bit more difficult, but on your own terms. And if something that's optional seems like it's too hard, you just don't have to do it.
Also, just because it's an open world game, a lot of the time when you fall off something,
es un open world. Hostia, eso no lo sabía.
We haven't been to before. We try to design the world so that when you're losing progress, you're not just back where you started. You don't have to do the same thing again. It's putting you on some other path. Okay, tree. And
We've done a lot of work from an aesthetic standpoint to make it so that falling is enjoyable, so that there's rich aesthetic experiences you're having as you're sliding down a mudslide, as you're losing progress. There's cool stuff that's happening, and like there's a lot of richness in what failing feels like in the context of playing this game, and it's enjoyable. The purpose of games is not just to blindly succeed. Yeah. And part of what we're trying to do with this game is to make the process of not succeeding enjoyable.
Hopefully funny.
Es decir, pisas mal, te vas a la puta, sí.
They said when Getting Over It came out, I said it would take, what did I say, an hour if you were really fast?
Yeah, something like that.
And it's actually a minute is the answer. Yeah. So I should take whatever I think and just divide it by 60.
What's your time? What's your guess?
For a speed run?
Okay, wait. What are the parameters of the bet? Is this the speed run after 6 months?
After 6 months, I think they'll be doing it in 20 minutes.
That's too short.
That will have some crazy glitches and skips. Skipless, like glitchless run, I want to say 2 hours.
I'm going to say 1 hour.
Baby Steps is coming to PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. Give us a wish list.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah, that's a wrap on FGS.
Me han timado.
Nowhere, Mortal.
Exactly what we're doing.
PC Firebreak trailer this year. Damn. 20.
A ver, vamos a pasarlo poco a poco. Es el segundo, vale. Pero bueno, hemos visto más o menos el evento entero así rápidamente, pero me interesaba poco o nada. Vale. Y se ha clavado. Me encanta.
Coming from Atomfall, south of midnight, baby steps, you have got a grand old time ahead. And speaking of time, first up is a deeper dive into a game you just saw in the main showcase. This is Chronos: The New Dawn.
My name is Jacek Ziemba. I'm co-directing Chronos: The New Dawn with my friend Wojciech.
And yeah, my name is Wojciech, and I have a pleasure to work with Jacek and co-direct Chronos.
And Chronos, it's sci-fi survival horror, and in a way, a dream come true for us to make.
It will be the thing.
Vale.
This movie. Yeah, we are also inspired by Dark, Netflix TV series
about time travel. We cannot forget about Dead Space.
Hombre, sí.
But also were somewhere
Mira, decías precisamente Unai que se parecía al Dead Space. Así aparte de su inspiración.
Yeah, when we think about movies, it will be of course 12 Monkeys, you know, like the convict being sent in time, maybe we ring a bell. But also Dark Souls series. We also love to, you know, push our game into a little bit more challenging direction. Yeah. In Chronos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive the environment in our future setting, in our game. The only ones that can travel to the past and keep up or like survive encounters with monsters.
This is not a typical soldier, this is like a diver in time. So that's why we came up with this design that we really love.
The world of Chronos, it's like alternative history when the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we called The Change. We push action like more to the future, when we play as a traveler, when we try to find in this destroyed world reminiscence of, you know, of the people, but what's the most important, like the time rifts that can bring us to the past.
Creatures. Creatures, joder.
The orphans, because they are what was left from humanity. The orphans can, you know, like
es que son muy la cosa, es verdad, los bichos.
Different enemies with different, like, let's say, skill sets, different abilities.
The important ingredient is body horror here, and we chose it to create maybe a little bit as an homage also to The Thing and overall genre of body horror. But what was important for us that, okay, they need to be created only from human flesh.
Cool. We also have some questions from our community.
So, question 1.
Will there be ladders?
There will be ladders. We love them.
Will there be locations with a huge patch of
Yes,
flesh?
and you saw one at the end of the trailer.
They're aliens.
Maybe.
Don't want to spoil everything.
Will there be melee fighting?
You can punch monsters
in the face. If they
stomp them.
If they have a face.
A flamethrower.
Yeah, fire, but fire is important in our game.
Will there be bosses you can fight? The lady from the GG trailer, Marie Curie.
It's not Marie Curie Skłodowska, but definitely for our CGI character, Marie Curie Skłodowska can be a role model.
Is there some dismembered system similar to Dead Space?
Yes, there is, but it doesn't work like in a Dead Space. We've got like our own take on combat.
Vale, se pueden desmembrar a los bichos. Mola.
To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game. And yeah, we can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
So, stay tuned.
Vale, no me has dicho nada. Pero vale, aún así lo poco que he visto me mola.
Well, that was utterly terrifying.
Vale, pues ya estaría, gente. Esto sería el evento del Future Game Show que dieron ayer a la noche, tarde-noche. Y nada, pues yo me voy a ir despidiendo de todos vosotros. Hasta mañana. A eso de... Hasta mañana, sí. Pues me imagino que eso, a la tarde seguiremos con el Final Fantasy, que hay que seguir dándole. Y luego ya la semana que viene a partir del martes. Así que nada más, gente, como siempre, muchísimas gracias a todos los que han estado por aquí por el chat, tanto en YouTube como en Twitch. También recordar dar las gracias a Elena Moreno 98 porque me sigue en Twitch. Muchísimas gracias. Besazo para ti. Y nada, pues poco más que deciros. Que recordad también, gente de YouTube, suscribirse si os gusta el contenido, si no lo estáis todavía. Y luego ya si encima le dais a like y comentáis, la bomba. Pero vamos poco a poco. Y bueno, pues si encima veis que es un contenido que os gusta y queréis compartirlo con los demás, pues que llega más gente, compartir el canal para que lleguemos ahí poco a poco a los 500 subs. Poco más, gente. Nos vemos mañana. Besazo. Chao.